Yo, chat, DanVR. Of course, Deepwoken has been on a bit of a meteoric rise, so to speak. It was kind of down in the dumps. A lot of people had really thought Deepwoken had finally, died. That this was it. There was no bouncing back. And with the authority origin, with the quote-unquote direct, all the developers being back, it seems like a return to form. Player count is increasing. The game is feeling a little more fleshed out. There are things to look forward to. Hollowtide is on the horizon. For the most part, the sentiment in the community is good. I would be remiss if I said I was not a little bit, I don't know if concerned is the word. I would be lying if I said I was completely confident that this is going to be a good, content cycle for Deepwoken. And there are some important trends that we have to be realistic about and actually dive into. Because although I have been glazing the devs, although I've been very happy with their work so far, we have to be realistic. We have to actually commentate. We have to be objective. Following the announcement of the roadmap, of course, people are super hyped. There's a lot of fun, cool things on there. But the last time they did a pseudo roadmap, again, Conquest, World Events, Guild-based rating, we only got one of those things. And it's kind of sucky. World Events isn't really fleshed out. And when the developers were directly asked, hey, when are you going to do more? When are you going to add more? Like you promised, they kind of deflected and said that we're focused on the current roadmap. So World Events might as well just be done and dusted. That kind of leads people to be a little concerned if maybe that same historic treatment comes to the Origins. Hey, when's the next Origin coming? Oh, well, we're focused on Layer 3. We're focused on Hollowtide. Right, they have this pattern of adding content and then never really fleshing it out and finishing it, though they have gone back and been a little better about it. The main thing that I'm concerned about, and what I think most players are concerned about, is the actual bugginess of the game. Deepwoken is insanely buggy. More buggy than it has any right to be, right? Because they've spent a year in the back end redeveloping and touching it up, so to speak, and it almost feels like they have very little to show for it. Yes, the actual server player list is higher. Like, yes, you can fit more people into an individual server, but all of those people are experiencing some kind of shitty bug, or they're using some kind of completely unfair talent optimization or build gimmick that shouldn't exist. And it's just, it doesn't make a lot of sense. I don't know if it's an issue of quality control, if there's some other issue at play. Clearly, there is some sort of disconnect between the dev place and the actual live game. Anytime you ask, Agamatsu or Archmage, any of these developers, when you ask them, hey, man, no bullshit or no hate, how does this even happen? They'll tell you, I don't know, right? It works in the dev place when they're testing it or when they're creating it. And then when it goes to the live version, of course, it's broken or it comes out and it in some unexpected way. But I think ultimately that is going to be what really makes or breaks a lot of this new content. Take, for example, right now, almost every update, you get some insane game-breaking issue. It was way worse during the summer. But even now, when they've sort of, quote-unquote, gotten it together and they're really back in their wheelhouse and working hard, there's still a lot of bugs. You could have, up until Agamatsu hotfixed it, you could be immortal. You could have 100,000 health using his new Blood Rend talent and Opposer Ring. When the Authority first came out, it didn't completely work, right? Sometimes the quest would straight up break. Then they added the new one, Escape Prisoner, and for 24 hours, the Origin was essentially unplayable. You could not prog or do missions because you would always get the Escaping Prisoner, and it would always break. Now they've added this sort of Smuggler Run, which does work. You can complete it. But odds are you're going to bug off the boat because it's not synced properly. It might randomly teleport while you're doing the mission. There's a lot of things, a lot of bugs that really take you out of the experience, especially the funny ones like how you can wipe in the overworld. I truly think bugs are going to be what make or break everything coming forward. And I've tried so many times to ask, hey, just one-to-one, why does this keep happening? Because the game is buggier than it was on release. The game is 4 years old now, and it's almost like a pattern. 2021, right? The game came out in December. So let's start with 2022. Let's do full years. 2022, the first full year of Deepwoken, was buggier than 2023. So 2023 was less buggy. 2024 was a buggy fucking mess. 2025 was even worse. So we have this weird pendulum of Game comes out, it's buggy, to be expected. Okay, updates, layer 2 comes out, they fix it up, they polish the game. Oh, okay, now it's starting to get buggy, and then just out of nowhere, what the fuck? Every week the game's close to unplayable. And then they either don't acknowledge it at all, and the bug remains in the game for weeks and weeks, or the most they can do is fix it 6 or 7 days later, when the new content it's related to, or the existing content that it interacts with, has already essentially been ruined, and you just can't play the game. That's all. Short little DanVR rant classic, but I really do hope that they have some sort of internal system, some sort of reform to testing, because it's obvious that the testers just don't get enough time to test, or maybe they're not getting time at all. Who knows? The point being, that's going to be the make or break. When a lot of people are coming back to the game to experience this new content, if it's completely bugged, it's just going to leave a bad taste in people's mouth, man.